So I just came back from church, and first of all, mass was really nice. Wait, I'm gonna put on the light first. So, much better. Mass was really nice. I really enjoyed the fact that there were more than just one language spoken. Um, English. Duh. However, because this mass in particular, it was a Youth Day celebration, which is usually annual, but I mean, I don't think it was held at this capacity before because it was huge. There was so many people there. So it was different Catholic parishes who come together at one big parish, which was my parish in Lansdowne, and yeah, we held mass, but it was just hosted in different languages. So, like the gospel acclamation was in, the Holy Gospel was in Afrikaans. The first reading was in Xhosa. There was a reading that was done in Spanish as well. It was insane. I think it was Spanish at least. It sounded European and it sounded really sexy. Wait. Then there was this. We were invited to like activities after church. Now, when I heard about the Youth Day Mass, I thought, okay, this is a perfect opportunity to expose myself to just the usual greater Cape Town area without having in order to go out in Cape Town, it's usually like your long street, or everybody goes to observatory, or like there's just places that you go where there will be an innumerable amount of people and they will all gather and connect and kind of just get along and just kind of automatically integrate with one another, all different kinds of people, personality wise. But I don't know, with me it's just not the same, not unless it's a queer space, which is kind of sad, but it's just the truth. So for the past couple of years, I've been kind of quiet. When it comes to church events, I just don't go because I'm just scared that somebody's going to say something or, behave in a way that's going to be hurtful towards me simply because I'm trans. And people at church regularly, like the mass, I go every Sunday evening. And usually I don't get any ugly remarks from people or like snide little comments or dirty looks or like little nothing like that. But obviously when you're inviting more people, especially young people between the ages of 18 to 35, young adults, sorry, and then also it's a whole lot of kids that are there, people who are still in high school, everybody there was basically my age. So it's my peers, it's people who I should be gravitating towards too, so if nothing else simply because we're the same age. And yeah, it didn't. But there's a plus. I met up with this guy who we belong in the same ministry, the music ministry. I'm a backing vocalist, and he plays the guitar, acoustic and bass, if I'm not mistaken. And he's just so, maybe because we're both musically inclined, he's just so invested in almost any conversation with another creative person because like the way he lit up, and mind you, he's cis hetero. Yes, fine, he's in grade 11, which makes him a decade, maybe 13, 14 years younger than me. But the way we were talking was as if we are the same age. And the conversations we were having were so engaging, even though they were like these little, so we were in a hall, right? And we had to listen to several facilitators who were basically hosting little games. And you got a number. I made my number the same. Well, I lied and said my number was the same as Noah's. Yes, I'm putting you on blast. But like, you deserve recognition because like all the other guys, they're like the groups of guys. And it's mostly like colored guys, which is so disappointing because I'm colored, like, I'm your sister, basically, like, brah. But it's like these colored guys, like, say on a month, and like, you can hear them, and they lack sensitivity, they lack tact. So they're not shouting at me, they're not being abusive towards me, but they are making guy of me while I'm close by, making sure that I'm hearing them, but to each other in their own group of friends. And I could choose to ignore them, and Noah was very gentlemanlike, and he would just, if he noticed something, then he would just look at me and he'd be like, look at me. It was like an energy almost, and it was only really that one instance where he said, look at me, and then he started a conversation, and then when we started talking and warming up a little bit more towards one another, because this was the first time in a long time that we're actually hanging out just like that. Because usually when we see one another, it's because of band practice, and I haven't been to band practice in a while. Yeah, that's only because my responsibility as a backing vocalist, I just took a sabbatical from. But I'm involved in church in other ways. Like I'm the admin person and I'm PowerPoint presentation person. Off topic, sorry. Point of the matter is, Noah was really a breath of fresh air, and he's the kind of person I wish I could meet more often. Like, just open. He didn't look at me and see a trans girl. He looked at me and he saw a person. He saw a girl that he'd like to hang out with, and he was cheesy and corny and cute and flirty, and he was just being a guy, but in the most respectful way. And okay, yes, I know I'm a lot older than him. So it wasn't going anywhere other than just friends, but it was nice to have that option as just being considered as company, and good company, because we were laughing and giggling, and like they were at some point we lost sight of one another, and all he did was Jersey. And I was like, whoa. I didn't realize that he was that invested in order to make sure that I'm okay and that I'm close by at all times, because it was a hall full of people. I'm sure we would have lost each other at any point. And these games that we were hosting and the groups that we needed to somehow follow in order, don't ask me, it was a flawed system. But a number had to be, an odd number had to be had to oppose an even number, and it had to be at a table of a letter, A to P, if I'm not mistaken. And we had to rotate around the whole. At some point we were like standing in the middle of the hall and be like, guys. But this was so cool. Most of the guys were like not even really looking or staring at me. The one guy in particular with these hazel brown eyes was, oh my god, he was staring at me the whole time, but it was so hot. And now we have numbers now. The one bra. But from another group, he comes over to me and he's like, what's your number? And he's so sexy, like traditionally colored guy, but with blonde hair. So he's an island boy. But he has these beautiful curls, and listen, he didn't treat me like most of the other colored guys that were there, that were like just like, and like making fun and laughing and like imitating my voice, because maybe to them it sounds different and like funny. But eye candy for days. And yes, there were people my age, and let me tell you, I don't know why when it comes to the colored guys, they're just anti-queer, but my black guys, sure. Either way, I just wanted to be outside. I wanted to create awareness, visibility. It is Pride Month after all. I wanted to be outside in a place where I'm traditionally not welcome. And okay, yes, I met this one other queer person there, and she follows me on TikTok. Shout out if you are watching this. But like, the fact of the matter is, if you are queer but you pass as straight, as much as I appreciate you, it's like we're not the same. We're just not, and that's okay. I understand that and I accept that, but I go through a different set of challenges because my face is the queer flag. I don't even need to say out loud that I'm queer for people to know that I'm queer. And I'm a walking target most of the time. But today, with the help of some friendly faces and Noah in particular, who was just a really good support system, good conversation, peaceful, calm vibes, I'm telling you. And the fact that he's a musician, just it's the cherry on top, because I love R&B. He loves music, classical mostly, but like he loves music in general. He's really passionate about it, and he's really good with guitar. So I mean, for the most part, I think I know exactly the kind of guy I would like to spend my time with. I just wish I could find more Noahs in Cape Town. I just wish I knew where to go to find them. You know what I mean? People who are my age, people who are accepting of me, but not just accepting, but like almost obsessed. Do you know what I mean? But for the most part, I survived my day. I survived my anxiety. I survived homophobia, transphobia, queerphobia. I survived it. Damn it. But it's a challenge because obviously this is not going to be my last time I ever attend church at such a big capacity. And I don't want it to be. I want to make Cape Town, the Catholic Cape Town community, aware of queer people. Do you know what I mean? And just wish I could do more. Maybe I should end my sabbatical with the music ministry. That's going to be a lot of responsibility though. Anyways, I just wanted to share. I survived.